Oh, I swear, Kevin. Cool. Let's see. Let's check the attempts. 112. It's funny. I think in nikverr's description of the level, they said they weren't sure if it was insane or extreme. I think this is a hard demon, which is funny. Because they were so off the mark. I don't know if stuff just changed during the verification process, but this level is essentially, well, first I'll talk about like the context, right? I'll call this Rocket Jamp. And obviously there's a rated insane demon called Rocket Jump with the same song, and I believe they started as the same project, but just sort of branched out into two different versions. I'm not sure why, and then this level, Rocket Jamp, ended up, being finished way later than Rocket Jump, which has been rated for like a year, maybe a year and a half at this point. So, yeah, I don't really see what sort of, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't have any familiarity with the, lore of the level, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like a necessary level per se, and even then, like, the more traditional glow style is not as good of an approach as Rocket Jump has, where it's a more, heavily like designed, the more intricate designs, more art focused designs as well. Definitely a lot more of a fan of Rocket Jump compared to Rocket Jamp, but it's also like a ship and wave level disguised as a flow level, which is kind of funny because the only difficult parts in this level are like the first ship, the wave parts at like 25 to 30%, and the ship parts from like 40 to 45%. Like, those are the only difficult parts of the level, and I guess the duel is like possible to die to. I didn't from zero, but it's not as easy as the rest. But the rest of the level is really easy. I think that the overall leniency, there's a lot of leniency in pretty much every click outside of those few specific sections I mentioned. So, honestly, if those parts were nerfed, this could have been a pretty nice medium demon, but the choke points certainly make it a hard demon. There's no real doubt about that. But I thought it was fun. Again, if you're not as skilled at the game, then yeah, I could imagine, those choke points could be pretty sizable roadblocks, and this would take a while, and this might get frustrating, but I had a decent time with it. I would probably send this for a star rate if I were a mod. I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look bad, but I just don't see, much of a vision behind this level, especially because a different, this is an alternate version of a level that I think is pretty ostensibly better, but still, I figured, I would beat this before raid, just because nikverr projects tend to get raided, because they're mostly of a pretty decent quality, and so I was like, yeah, this clears that bar, and I expected it to be Insane Demon. It wasn't, but I figured I should record it for that reason. But yeah, GG's.